Today is December the 13th. So just what will the Messiah do? Let's find out together as we read Isaiah chapter 11. So all this week, we're going to stay in the book of Isaiah. Isaiah is full of messianic prophecies. We looked at 2 last week already from chapter 7 and chapter 9. Today we jump to chapter 11. Let's jump right into it. The first 5 verses say, "Out of the stump of David's family will grow a shoot, yes, a new branch bearing fruit from the old root. And the Spirit of the Lord will rest on him, the Spirit of wisdom and understanding, the Spirit of counsel and might, the Spirit of knowledge and the fear of the Lord. He'll delight in obeying the Lord. He will not judge by appearance nor make a decision based on hearsay. He'll give justice to the poor and make fair decisions for the exploited. The earth will shake at the force of his word, and one breath from his mouth will destroy the wicked. He will wear righteousness like a belt and truth like an undergarment." So Isaiah presents the stump of David's family. He presents the Messiah as the descendant of King David. Because he is a descendant of a king, he is entitled to reign. The first 5 verses talk about his reign. He'll reign with wisdom and understanding and counsel and might and knowledge and the fear of the Lord. He will reign with justice. But the last 2 verses, he'll wear righteousness like a belt and truth like an undergarment. That is really interesting. You know, these verses are quoted in Ephesians chapter 6 when Paul talks about putting on the armor of God. He says we're to put on the belt of righteousness and gird our loins with truth. We put on our righteousness belt and our truth underwear, and we go to battle. All of the elements of the armor of God in Ephesians 6 are described mostly in the book of Isaiah as things that the Messiah himself wears. What Paul is in essence saying is that we accept the rule of the Messiah, and that becomes our armor. It's not about putting on the different elements. It's about aligning ourselves with the Messiah. Here, the Messiah comes to reign. Aligning ourselves with him is what that reign looks like in our lives. Isaiah goes on from verses 6 to 9. "In that day, the wolf and the lamb will live together. The leopard will lie down with the baby goat. The calf and the yearling will be safe with the lion. A little child will lead them all. A cow will graze near the bear. The cub and the calf will lie down together. The lion will eat hay like a cow. The baby will play safely near the hole of a cobra. Yes, a little child will put its hand in a nest of deadly snakes without harm. Nothing will hurt or destroy in all my holy mountain. For as the waters fill the sea, so the earth will be filled with people who know the Lord." In the reign of the Messiah, there will be complete peace and harmony. Not only peace and harmony among men, but even nature, which has been torn apart by our sin, which has led to concepts like that only the strong survive, will be governed by peace and harmony. It's a return to Eden. It's a return to God's reign. Then the last few verses, in that day, the heir to David's throne will be a banner of salvation to all the world. The nations will rally to him, and the land where he lives will be a glorious place. In that day, the Lord will reach out his hand a second time to bring back the remnant of his people. Those who remain in Assyria, in northern Egypt, in southern Egypt, Ethiopia, Elam, in Babylonia, in Hamath, and all the distant coastlands. He'll raise a flag among the nations and assemble the exiles of Israel. He will gather the scattered people of Judah from the ends of the earth. Now, the interesting thing about that prophecy is that when Isaiah gave that prophecy, the people were not scattered. Judah lived in Judah. Israel had been scattered. Israel had been taken in exile to Assyria. Isaiah is prophesying about a time that has not yet come to Israel. He predicts that Judah will be taken exile, just like their sister nation to the north was taken. But he promises them they'll return. The promise of the Lord here in Isaiah chapter 11 is that the Messiah will reign, and the Messiah will restore Israel, which was taken exile. The Messiah reigns in our lives today as well. And the Messiah is here to restore us from whatever we need restoring. What do you need restoring from today? Take it to the Messiah. He'll restore you. Like, follow, and subscribe on whatever platform you use to listen to this podcast. Email your questions to us at questions@becomehope.com. Tomorrow we'll ask the question, why do we eat so much at Christmas?